Alicia was born to be a villainess, the rich arrogant noble girl every otome game meets. But when a girl from modern-day Japan wakes up as Alicia, she's not here to play it safe. No, she's going to be the greatest villainess in history. Forget romance, forget being a damsel, she's training in magic, swordsmanship, and political strategy like a speedrun. While other noble girls learn etiquette, she's out here swinging swords with knights and dominating strategy discussion with the king himself. Everyone expected a spoiled brat, but she's turning heads left and right. Meanwhile, Prince Duke is showing interest, but Alicia, zero interest. She's got world domination to focus on, then the golden rose blooms, a symbol that the kingdom's saint has been born. In every story, that means one thing: the heroine is about to make her grand entrance. But Alicia isn't stepping aside, she's about to rewrite history. Alicia sneaks off to Luana village. Dodging her overprotective father and brother, she meets Will, a former noble servant who tells her just how bad life is for the commoners. In Alicia, she hates injustice. Back home, she's fired up to take the swordsmanship exam, but her family shuts her down. They don't want her standing out. Too late for that. Furious but undeterred, she returns to Luana, only to witness a brutal beating of a child. She may not be the destined heroine, but she refuses to stand by. Using medicinal herbs, she saves him. Obsessed with power, she dives into the forbidden section of her family's library, devouring grimoires until she weakens from overuse. Meanwhile, the king himself visits again, asking for her insights on the neighboring Durkis kingdom. Alicia, with zero hesitation, drags the aristocracy for being outdated. Then she collapses. Cue Prince Duke, who literally kisses medicine into her mouth while she's out cold. A questionable medical practice. But hey, villainous life is never dull. Alicia wakes up from that medicine kiss, but no time to dwell. She's got a mission: spy on Liz Kether, the heroine. At the academy, Liz is all sweet and sunshine, gives her a tour, then dips. But back home, things get ugly. Alicia found out she's a divergent, a rare mage who can do magic at early age with world-ending potential. She then heads to Luana, where Will lays it out. Divergents reshape or destroy the world. Meanwhile, Joe, the kid she saved, says he's terrified of her. Alicia's response forces him to be her retainer and find a reason to live. Savage. The manor shoves her into 3 years of brutal training in order to enroll her early to school. Now she's back at the academy, not as a student, but Liz's royal assigned overseer. Alicia accepts the king's request to oversee Liz, but on her terms. She demands to bring Jill to the academy, and the king agrees. On her way to retrieve Jill, she finds an injured woman with burnt legs, Rebecca. Alicia saves her, but the damage is done. Rebecca loses a leg. No sympathy here, though Alicia makes her an informant, reminding her that help always comes with a price. At the academy, Liz and her friends try to be nice, but Alicia is not interested. Meanwhile, Prince Duke literally teleports her away for a long talk because, let's be real, he is obsessed. Later, Alicia crashes Liz's tea party and roasts her for welcoming Luana into the kingdom without a clue about the consequences. Liz's supporters lose it, and just like that, Alicia cements herself as the academy's top villainess. Alicia's bullying Liz or roasting Liz earns her the academy's full attention. Back in Luana, Rebecca reports that the villagers are warming up to the outsiders, a shift Alicia takes very seriously. At home, Henry, Alicia's older brother, surprises her. He actually agrees with her argument against Liz. Sure, her delivery was intense, but the logic, spot on. He then invites her to the king's tea party. At the tea party, Alicia repeatedly interrupts Liz, challenging her on every economic issue. Liz struggles, but finally manages to pull a decent solution together, impressing the nobles. Later, Alicia meets secretly with Duke, because why not keep things messy? On the carriage ride home with Henry and Jill, Alicia pieces something together. Liz might not be as innocent as she seems. Could she be manipulating people into siding with her? Before she can dig deeper, she and Jill are kidnapped. Alicia wakes up strapped down in a dark room, rocking a magic cancelling collar. Just when things couldn't get worse, one of the kidnappers called Jill extra baggage and casually suggests killing him. Big mistake. Even while tied up, Alicia beats the hell out of them. One kidnapper escapes and she chases him down. Just as she's about to finish him off, Liz appears and restrains Alicia with magic. Girl, you got the wrong target. The kidnapper sees his chance to strike, but Duke steps in like the classic hero and saves the day. He then almost freezes Liz on the spot, calling her unfit to be a saint. Drama levels through the roof. Another student jumps in before things escalate. Later, Alicia wakes up in the infirmary, with Duke asleep next to her. Awkward? Yes. Moving on? Also yes. She soon finds out the king orchestrated the whole kidnapping as a twisted training exercise for Liz. Even Even though her father urges her to quit as Liz overseer, Alicia refuses. Instead, she vows to reach level 90 magic. Alicia versus the kingdom, it's on. Alicia's training arc is in full swing, but her dad not happy. He wants her not to reach level 90 magic, but Alicia, she's not backing down. Meanwhile in Loana village, a thief tries to steal the potato crops, but Nate, the village's strongest warrior, stops him. Nate doesn't trust Alicia, but admits that she might be their only hope. At the academy, Henry and Duke dig into Liz's reputation. Why do people low-key hate Alicia so much? The theory? Liz is using mind control to turn students against Alicia. To confirm this, Duke sends Mel to investigate Liz. Meanwhile, Alicia is grinding in her locked room to train magic. After 2 years, she completes her training. Alicia is back, and if Liz is playing dirty, she's about to find out. Alicia returns to Loana for the first time after her training, and the town is thriving. Better security, infrastructure, everything. While exploring, she bumps into Nate, who immediately challenges her to a duel. Fast forward, Nate is on the ground, Alicia won. Rebecca walks in stunned, but Alicia, she's got bigger flexes. She uses her new level 91 magic to literally give Will one of her eyes. Back home, Alicia drops 2 bombs on her dad, her new magic level and her missing eye. Dad faints, but when he wakes up, he accepts her no matter what and lets her return to the academy. Back at school, Alicia immediately gets into it with Liz fan club. Jane steps up to challenge her, big mistake. Alicia humiliates her in front of everyone. Later, Duke tries to have a heartfelt moment about her missing eye. Alicia, as always, accidentally hurts his feelings. Alicia skips ahead to the upper classes at the academy since she's already mastered the basics. She apologizes to Duke for hurting his feelings, but also calls him out for judging her wrong. Meanwhile, Liz is not happy seeing Duke showing more affections to Alicia than her. Her magical aura literally turns dark. Later, a shady girl records Alicia's conversation in secret. At Liz's tea party, Jane pulls out a doctored recording, framing Alicia for bullying a girl named Monica. But instead of being pissed off, Alicia is thrilled. Finally, she's getting recognized as a villainess. Mel stands up for Alicia and swoops in with the original recording, exposing the setup. Turns out Monica was forced into it and never wanted to frame Alicia. Liz apologizes, but Alicia is more interested in Mel, and she learns that she's Duke's personal spy. Later, Alicia and Jill head to Loana, where she uncovers a wild truth. Will is the king's older brother. Will finally spills his tragic backstory. He was banished from Durkas after being framed for treason. At just 10 years old, he's hit level 80 magic and got way too cocky. He tried casting maximum level magic, but it backfired, destroying his ability to use magic forever. His stepmother sees the chance, framing him so her son Luke can take the throne. The worst part, Luke has no idea what actually happened. Back at the academy, some random girls whine to Alicia about Liz, but when she ignores them, she runs to Liz instead, claiming Alicia was bad-mouthing her. Finn investigates and exposes them as liars. They were the one trashing Liz and just wanted to pit her against Alicia. But here's the problem. Liz is losing control. Her negative energy is leaking out, affecting the people around her, including those scheming girls. Liz is spiraling. Every time she sees Duke with Alicia, her malice expands. Meanwhile, Duke, Jill, and Alicia brainstorm how to stop a mysterious illness spreading through the water supply. But before they can figure things out, Liz corners Jill, demanding him to teach her about Loana. When he shrugs her off, she snaps, activating her mind control aura to force him into obedience. Duke steps in just in time, breaking her spell. Liz not happy. Her resentment toward Alicia skyrockets. Then there's Jane, still on her villain arc. She cuts Carol's hair, blames Alicia, and when that fails, she straight up tries to stab Carol. Alicia shuts it down with magic and disarms her effortlessly. But seeing Carol devastated, Alicia cuts her own hair in solidarity. Other girls follow suit, weakening Liz's influence over the academy. Alicia suspects something is off with Liz's power, so she starts investigating. Jane is now the one being bullied. Alicia, out of sheer pity, helps her. Jane, still ungrateful. Meanwhile, Mel stumbles upon a major saint-related secret in ancient texts. Something big is coming. Everyone in Alicia's circle has a different take on what's happening. Duke suspects Liz is subconsciously using negative aura herself. Jill, he thinks Liz is just jealous that Alicia openly flirts with Duke in front of her. But one thing is clear, Liz's influence is fading. Jill warns that leaving Liz unchecked is dangerous and suggests she needs to train her charm ability properly. Duke has a different plan. Use Liz's obsession with him against her. So he teleports her into a room with Alicia, where Alicia forces Liz to confront the truth about her charm ability. Liz finally realizes realizes she has been manipulating people, but she still tries to rationalize it and confesses her love to Duke. Duke shuts her down hard. He tells her that he only loves Alicia, and just like that, Liz's illusions crumble. Everyone realizes they have been under Liz's charm spell this whole time. Later, Duke and Alicia bring Will to the king, aiming to clear his name and free Loana from his criminal status. Just as things seem to settle, Duke demands an answer from Alicia about his confession, but when she sees him the next day, he acts like he's forgotten everything. What just happened? Duke has amnesia, or so everyone thinks. Alicia, sensing an opportunity, throws her own trial. If she's exiled, she can finally explore the world. Liz confronts her, demanding answers, but Alicia plays it cool. Turns out, Duke has been faking his memory loss all along. Why? To let Alicia leave the country without guilt. But before she goes, he pulls a dramatic move, kissing her breathless and vowing they will meet again. As she prepares to leave, Alicia writes a letter to Duke through Jill, not interested in romance. Classic Alicia move. Meanwhile, Duke liberates Loana, breaking the barrier that once imprisoned its people. Just when Alicia thinks she's in the clear, Duke crashes into her carriage like a one-man kidnapping squad, kisses her again, and forces her to admit her feelings. She finally realizes she's hopelessly in love with him. They part ways for now, but one thing is clear, Duke is done waiting. I would give this a solid 7.7 out of 10. This isn't your typical reincarnation story. Our protagonist actually acts like a true villain, sharp-tongued, unapologetic, and constantly roasting the heroine. She's not here to make friends. It brings a refreshing edge to the oversaturated villainous genre. Less comedy, more savage attitude. While there's a hint of romance brewing, it's not your standard reverse harem. If you want a villainess who actually embraces being bad, this anime's got you covered. Let me know if you enjoy the villainous genre. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.